Welcome to WorldView. My name is Darren.
And my name is Olivia. This week's top stories come from Ukraine, a former Soviet satellite country that has been facing increasing tension in recent weeks. Their problems begin with the widespread protests against the government's close ties with Russia, and government corruption. Parliament has now removed the president from office and he has fled the country. An interim president has been appointed. A new constitution is being planned.
Tensions between Ukraine and Russia have reached a very critical stage. Russia has two main interests in Ukraine: its naval ports located there and the large number of Russian-speaking citizens who support Russia. President Putin of Russia has sent troops to Ukraine but said that Russia would move into Ukraine only as a last resort. The Russian government initially stated that it would become involved because the situation in Ukraine was the work of terrorists. The Ukraine military has been placed on full alert.
The White House promised to back up its support of the new Ukraine government with $1 billion in loans and aid. Secretary of State John Kerry delivered the specifics in person on a visit to the Ukraine capital, Kiev. The United States will stand by the Ukraine people, he said, after he belittled Moscow's terrorist rationale for moving into Ukraine.
The United States is downplaying North Korea's launch of 4 short-range missiles off its east coast. A Pentagon spokesman confirmed reports of the North Korean missile tests, but said the United States military does not consider the launch a provocative action. This is the most recent attempt by the North Koreans to show off to the world its advanced weapons.
Chinese officials criticized the United Nations report that served notice to Kim Jong-un, the North Korean dictator, that he might be personally held liable in court for crimes against humanity committed by the North Korean state institutions and officials under his direct control. A Chinese Foreign Ministry spokeswoman called the report unreasonable criticism, raising questions as to whether Beijing will use its United Nations Security Council veto power to block any actions on their matter.
Even though he can't set foot in the United States for fear of arrest, fugitive National Security Agency whistleblower Edward Snowden has joined the speaker's roster at a technology conference in the United States. Snowden, who fled the United States in June with thousands of top-secret documents, will appear via teleconference Monday from Russia for a discussion about how the tech community must defend itself against mass surveillance.
Social network giant Facebook has announced plans that will introduce a massive solar-powered global drone program to deliver internet access to smartphones and mobile devices across the developing world. Facebook is in discussions to acquire a drone manufacturer for about $60 million.
A New Jersey 18-year-old who's been living with her best friend's family and suing her parents for tuition, both for her private high school and future college. Rachel Canning says her parents kicked her out of the house. She's seeking a court ruling holding that she does not free and remains financially dependent on her parents.
The government of Nepal has finally taken action against the climbers on Mount Everest. Over the past 60 years, climbers have left behind 50 tons of trash. From now on, a climber is required to bring down 8 kilograms of waste, and that excludes empty oxygen bottles and human excrement. Nate has the Summit Sports News.
Thanks, Olivia. Summit had a truly thrilling week in sports. Boys lacrosse pulled off a 12-5 victory over South Lake Christian on Tuesday. Varsity golf, girls lacrosse, and girls soccer and baseball all played yesterday, and hopefully all won. Next week will bring more excitement with more games.
Buenos días, amigos. Yo me llamo Carmen.
Y yo me llamo Marcos. Bienvenidos al programa El Tiempo Águilas. Esta es el tiempo para el fin de semana.
Viernes, la temperatura alta es 8 grados. Centígrados con lluvia sábado. La temperatura alta es 10 y 7 grados centígrados y parcialmente nublado. Domingo, la temperatura alta es de 17 grados. Century grados con poca sol.
Qué bien. Entonces, este fin de semana necesito llevar un camiseta, pantalones o pantalones cortos, calcetines, zapatos, calcetines y una jaqueta. Es todo para ahora. Adiós.
Here's Grayson with our weather.
This weekend may be one of those you might want to stay inside for. On Saturday, it will be mostly clear with lows in the 20s and highs in the mid-30s. On Sunday, it will be a little warmer, but partly cloudy with lows in the mid-20s, but with highs in the upper 40s. In Lizard Lick, North Carolina, on Saturday, the lows will be in the low 20s and the highs in the mid to upper 40s. On Sunday, the lows will be in the mid-20s and the highs will be into the mid to upper 40s.
Thanks, Nate and Grayson. Everyone remember to bake, bring, and buy cupcakes to raise funds for the Costa Rica orphanage that the 9th graders visited on the recent trip. Bring cupcakes to the dining hall. All cupcakes will cost $1 each. That's WorldView this week. Goodbye until next week.
Thank you for watching. We hope you have a safe and fun weekend.